letting the YouTube people in first because it takes a minute to get the notification. So now I'm going to let in Periscope. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Good morning. How are you? Good morning, Uncle Pete. How are you? Don, good to see you. A1950, how are you? How are you? If you could please just swipe and invite people. Good morning, Don. Good morning. Good morning. OVO Mobley. Good morning. OVO. Danielle, good morning. Rainbow Trail, good to see you. If you will, just swipe to the right and invite people. That would be great. Shauna, good to see you. Jamie, good to see you. How are you? How are you? Please swipe and invite everybody. Watching my buddies on the AT. James, good morning. Good morning, Carmen. Good to see you. Everybody's piling in over there at YouTube. Gam Gam Beth, how are you? Good morning, Seth. Slipping over to YouTube. Susie, good to see you. Robert, good to see you. Good morning, Freebird. Good morning. How is everybody on this fine Tuesday? Asher, good to see you. It is a beautiful morning. Mohammed Trends, good to see you. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know, Gam Gam. Gam Gam Beth. I love that Gam Gam. You must be a grandma. So, good to see you. Trump has dementia. Well, the morning Joe, maybe they need to drink a little bit more coffee. Good to see everybody. Please swipe and invite if you will. Robin, hey, good to see you. It is a great day. Just watched Paul Ryan and crew. Tawanda, hello. Tawanda, what is your name? It's probably not Tawanda, but wonderful day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so let's get started. There's a lot to talk about, as always. Freebird, I'm trying to put my devices close by so I won't have like a tennis match back and forth. Just a slight change of the head. I heard Grandma. I'm on standby for new grandbaby. Oh, good, Robin. How cute. Do you know if it's a boy or girl? Robin is on standby for a new grandbaby. No. Ah, wow. Lori Ann, good to see you. James, good morning. She wants to be surprised. Well, she'll be surprised if it's twins, right? No, just kidding. Ah. All right, so let's get started. Everybody see the little news conference a minute ago? Donna. Okay, Donna, thank you. Oh, perfect. I recognized your face, didn't recognize the name there, and so let me write that down. Anything new? Yeah, there's always something new. They were kind of just talking about how they feel that everything that they've gotten passed is really good, especially the military with the 25 billion for the military, trying getting new things for the military that they need. Also, getting border security. They were saying Paul Ryan said that the Planned Parenthood was not given money this time around. Um, Wow. Bill's on standby for the dentist in 3 hours. That's frightening. And yeah, Danielle, Paul Ryan said Planned Parenthood was not given funding. So we shall see. He said that. Yes. Yeah. So it's something to do with some other bill. I guess they got something, but he said there was no funding, and I had heard that too. So, uh, but I think that was about, yeah, no money for Planned Parenthood. And then now the big thing now is, well, Donald Trump is saying the government needs a shutdown in September. So, Rhino Ryan, yes. Oh, wow. James is saying that it was a sad story. His co-worker's son in Mosul lost a squad member in an IED a few days ago. Just hearing about it, why are we still there? It's very sad to hear, James. So anyway, I think what Trump is trying to do is kind of set the tone for September, meaning that if the Democrats are going to play games, then they're going to have to, maybe we'll just shut down the government, which would be, you know, and the Democrats, okay, you'll understand this. The Democrats immediately came out and said, "We're not the party who shuts down the government. We're not the ones." It's like, come on, we know the game. I call Paul Lion Ryan. Ah, that's pretty good. Hey, Susie, good to see you. So, you know, we'll see. I mean, maybe it will take something like a government shutdown to try to get things. It's like we have all this power supposedly because we have the majority, and yet we're not using our power. And that's because we have too many people who are Republicans, who are really posing as Republicans, but they're really Democrats. And that's the bottom line. So if we could, kind of do something about that, then maybe we'd have some way to correct what we're doing and get the government and everything else back on track. But one of the things that this bill does too is it lowers, hey, Peppy Breath, lowers the amount of money um, that we're spending for the EPA. So some of these, non-elected people, it's 6, wow, woo, 6 p.m. where you are. Where are you, Mohammed? Um, yeah, I know, love the puppy breath one. I do too, Shauna. But so it's taking away money from the EPA, so maybe some of those departments will be closed down. The ones that have been telling us what we should do. Oh, Kuwait, wow. So Mohammed is joining us from Kuwait. He says it's 6 p.m. there. So that's that's those are good signs that we're doing some things and being effective. Of course, there's a ton more that we need to do. And again, if shutting down the government is what we need to do, then I guess that's what we have to do. Another thing that's coming up today is that President Trump is supposed to be calling Putin today. So nobody is saying what that phone call is about, but I think it's just kind of standard that from time to time he calls different people, talks about different things. Perhaps they're going to be talking about Syria. So I don't know if we'll hear anything about that or not afterwards. But did anybody see the press conference yesterday and kind of what's your opinion on it? Nothing major happened. I'm just kind of wondering if you like the way the press conferences are going. Do you think that Spicer is getting control of the people in the press corps, or do you think it's still as bad as it was? Hey, Jerry, good to see you. Glad you joined us. Mainstream media will lose their minds, Don said. What's everybody's thoughts about the press conferences? Little subdued. No, didn't catch the presser. I don't know why Cernovich was there yesterday in the press room. Media is so rude. Yes. He has gotten more comfy, according to Puppy Breath. Hey, Mighty Blessed One, glad you're here. Asher was too busy watching the riots to watch the presser. Yeah, I think a lot of people were doing that, probably, Asher. Yeah, I like Sean Spicer, too. Heard something about Duarte president. What did you hear, Robert? Putin and Trump are probably going to talk shop, pretend there are animosities. Yeah. I read something. I haven't found out all of it, but I guess there's been some deaths in Russia, and they're blaming Putin for it. So, oh, okay, that's what I heard too. That he is coming from the Philippines. Some people aren't happy about that. Garrison Lack, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Please swipe and invite everybody if you will. Did a little rant on why media not covering domestic terror and Antifa. Is that what it was? I didn't see. Caught some replay bits afterwards. Sean did some uber serious. They're supposed to be. Duarte is coming in the fall. Yes. So Putin is a hitman, according to Bill. Yeah, he's certainly been accused of that in the past. And if you would on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up if you will. Somebody every day gives me a thumbs down. So I don't know if that's you, Don, or whoever that is, but how cute. And if you could also subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Every time you come on, you'll get those notifications. That would be great. God is bringing revival to Russia. Well, that's good. God needs to bring revival here. We need to invite revival. Hey, Susan, good to see you. Thanks for coming in, and please swipe and invite everybody. There's been the thumbs up for Susan. Pettiness is silly, folks. I know. Well, Shauna, you should go back over to YouTube because I don't know why it disconnected. Maybe you just needed to refresh. Everybody else seems to be going strong. Thank you, Don, for giving me a thumbs up. No more desert. James is getting rain. Cool. Las Vegas gal, really good to see you. How are you? How have you been? So, did anybody hear about the latest at the VA? Is there a presser to prove a point? I just hate the way he goes about it. But finally, a question I wanted to ask. I'm surprised he got called on, China. Now what? I know, Freebird. Know what's going to. Anybody heard about the VA? Oh, Don, don't you dare. I'll know it's you now. Thank you, Asher. Mistakenly hit thumbs down to agree with the host stating. Yeah. Going to YouTube, it doesn't burn battery as bad. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, he didn't. Okay. I didn't think he did because I was watching it. I didn't see it. Your chat is behind. Donna, I don't know why. Maybe you just refresh your page a little. I don't know if that's it. Okay, so what happened in the VA? This time was in Louisiana. This is one of the directors at the VA who was accused of, number one, having secret wait lists. Thank you, Puppy Breath. Secret wait lists. Also, a real shortage of nurses at the facility. And also, now this is really just disgusting. Some of the mattresses were so worn out that the patients were actually sleeping on the bed frames. You know, this is not a way that we should be treating our veterans. And I'm happy to say that this guy was fired by the VA yesterday. Yeah, not good at all. And that's probably the since Shinseki left, Shinseki, I'll say it right. Since he left, that's probably the highest profile person that has been fired at the VA, and that's a pretty amazing feat. Now there's a whistleblower in Louisiana that I know, and he was, I think, instrumental in helping get that information out and what was going on in Louisiana. And I'm trying to get him set up on my Facebook Live page for veterans to have him on in the live chat to talk about what happened to him in Louisiana, what happened just recently, what it's like now, what's going on. So look for that. I'll let you know when that's going to be on. But it should be yes, a doctor. Well, it was a director. I don't know if he was a doctor. He probably was, but I don't know. Don't understand how we praise soldiers but treat them so bad when they return. I know. Good morning, Lorianne. How are you? Yeah, I mean it's really ridiculous that we continue to have this, but I think this is part of it's been going on a long time. Didn't Trump sign a VA whistleblower executive order? Yes, Cully, he did. My friend Brandon Coleman, who is a whistleblower in Phoenix, was there at the signing with the president. Will you get a call-in set up? Dawn, it would be a live chat on Facebook. So you can text in like you're doing here, but it's not a call-in. Um, I'll get a call-in when I get the funds for doing all that. I'm working on it. Everything is coming out of my pocket, my own pocket. So I'm trying to get as much as I can, as quickly as I can, to try to set it up where I can have video and a actual live call-in. Good morning, Hugh. Awesome hair. Thank you, Hugh. I try every day. I try. How will Trump's new veterans policy help this kind of mismanagement like this in Louisiana? I think one of the ways it's going to help is the fact that people will actually know that if things like that are happening, they have somebody that they can go and talk to. Because I've heard, the veterans talking about how when they go and they give this information, to the inspectors general or whomever it is or a supervisor, then they feel like people turn around and start accusing them. Yes. Yes, Jerry. And Jerry was saying they pumped ridiculous amounts of money into Obamacare, and that's what they tried to do again. Hey, Jamie, how are you over on YouTube? They tried to do that again by taking. They wanted 15 billion out of the military funding this time around, Jerry, to put towards Obamacare, and they did not get it because they wanted to pump that money in there and keep Obamacare going. Yes. Jerry was during the press conference. This is really appalling that during the Obama years, the military was having to go to museum to get parts because they couldn't get, Obama wouldn't pay for it. Oh, good, Susan. How are you? I mean, how ridiculous is that? And did we hear anything about that? Absolutely not. So the 25 billion, I'm sure, after 8 years, is absolutely needed, especially when you hear things like that. Yeah, you can't make that stuff up. I know, Lori. Don, Bill was first in, first thumbs up before she spoke a word. Uncommon of me for a woman. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. That says a lot. Means a lot too. Frankie, good to see you. Robert's back. Good to see you, Robert. No money for aircrafts, machinery decimated our military readiness. I know. Good morning, Frankie. Um, isn't showing. Carmen's is working, Shauna's. Bill was the fourth thumbs up. Yeah, so I mean, hopefully things in the VA are going to start turning around because we absolutely have to do that. Santa Monica earthquake, I didn't feel it. Hugh was in the shower when the earthquake hit, so there you go. Thank you, Jamie. Really appreciate it. Sound is great. Yep. Yo, if you're over in YouTube, you get the microphone. See, that's why. And everybody else gets what I'm yelling into the phone. You felt it in Rancho Cucamonga? Don't want my children growing up minorities in their own country. Guess I'm a Nazi. Goats said that. Hope everyone is okay. Chris, sounds like there was no damage or anything. Carmen's here. Yay. Alaska had two 6.0 earthquakes, according to Bill. Yeah, I didn't feel a thing. I'm a light sleeper, so I'm surprised. So anyway, hopefully that's going to mean a lot for the VA. And did everybody get this? Changing subject again? Did you get the latest on the La Jolla shooting? Did you hear everything that you wanted to hear? Carmen says her worst fear is to be naked during a disaster. Better naked than dead, Carmen. Okay, so if people didn't hear what happened on Sunday, there was a white male, age 49, named Peter Sellis. The police are reporting that he was sitting at the pool. He was sitting there in shorts. I know, Asher. People over on Periscope want to recap, and they haven't heard it. Oh, you want to recap? Okay, I thought you were saying please no recap. Um, so he's sitting at the pool. And apparently there were a whole bunch of people that came to this party. One of the guys who's having a birthday party, I believe, lived at the apartment complex. I believe the shooter also lived there as well. So the people at the party went over and asked the guy sitting at the pool, would you like to would you like to join us? Here's some food. Sorry about the noise, that type of thing. The guy said, no, that's okay. Don't want any. So they walk off, and the guy basically calls up his ex-girlfriend. So that's who he was despondent because of an ex-girlfriend. He calls up his ex-girlfriend, lets her know what he's doing, and during the conversation, he's shooting and injuring 8 people. One died, and when all these people were fleeing for their lives, and supposedly one woman tried to help somebody else, and he said to her allegedly, if you want to live, get out of here now. Otherwise, basically you're going to die too. And so one guy broke his arm trying to get away. He was sitting there with a beer in one hand, a gun in the other, according to reports. And when the police showed up, you could hear it on tape. The police telling him to throw down the gun. He didn't. I think he opened fire. What they said on the police, and the police shot and killed him. And there were a ton of bullets going off. You could hear it. Yeah. He worked, he was a mechanic, 49 years old. He was a mechanic that worked at one of the local, I, I think it was a Ford dealership. I won't say where. But yeah, and I guess the girlfriend made a really good decision in dropping him, it sounds like. Yeah. And the people who were at the pool, I mean, they were just totally surprised. I guess one guy had just gotten there like 15 minutes before, and all of this stuff happened. Yeah, Freebird, I guess couldn't handle rejection, it sounds like, but I mean, my goodness. One good guy with a gun to save this. I know, Hugh. And yeah, they're saying that he had bankruptcies in his past. I don't know if he was presently in one. Supposedly, he was making good money as a mechanic at the dealership. Somebody posted it was like $75,000 a year, at least in 2014. Filed 2 times. Yeah, was he the only death? There was another person. One of the women died, and as far as I know, that's the rest of them were in the hospital, and but just one of the women died. And they originally thought it may be racially motivated because everybody that he shot was either black or Hispanic. There was one Hispanic guy, but they're saying the police chief said no, it wasn't racially motivated. Those people just happened to be there at the wrong place at the wrong time. I know. Those people suffered, had to die, had to be injured, all because like Carmen said, because he was jilted. I mean, I don't know why people can't again talk things through, go to a psychotherapist, something. But it seems in a lot of these instances, that's their first thing that they do, and it's it seems like it's on the uptick on having some of those things. Did everybody hear what happened in Austin yesterday? Austin, Texas. I know, Journey, especially recently. God bless America. Everyone stay safe. We will try, Chris. Did everybody on YouTube hear about Austin? What happened to Austin, Texas? James says psychiatrist is expensive and hard to navigate through. Usually, James, all insurance companies offer mental health services. Jamie, they're not saying whether or not he legally owned the firearm. I think they were surprised in California that he even had one. Shauna, you misspelled Asheville. I don't know. The guy in Austin was especially scary when you saw the pictures. Um, the guy had, it looked like to me like a hunting knife, a severe knife. Boy, I'm telling you. The guy in Austin tweeted to kill people, but he was what I saw. Thank you, Carolina Prepper. Now you spelled it correctly for Shauna. He had the big knife on his hip, and he had like a bandana thing around his head, and he apparently killed one person and stabbed multiple others. I think at least 3. Yeah, I didn't see reports of what anything about him. So I mean, Who knows what his motivation was? To me, that one seems more terrorist related. Kendricks White was his name. Killed one man, stabbed three more. Yeah, one woman reported a witness was. She said she was just standing there, and this guy comes up and starts stabbing this guy like in the shoulder area or something like that, and then she just ran. But that was in Austin, and then there was another incident that happened in Dallas yesterday. Though the Antifa, really? Wow. Lori Ann thinks that he was Antifa. He put the bandana around the hilt of the knife. He may have had that, Dawn. I mean, good morning, Lisa. How are you? Oh, his Twitter name was RU Ken. Okay. Or RYU, whatever that is. Or did you misspell it? Antifa. And anti-fascist. He's a black male. I saw that he was a black male. Looked to me. I didn't hear anything else about him. Why did they think it was a red flag, Jamie? They didn't say victims were white or not. I know. It's amazing. The guy in La Jolla, you knew everything about him like in 2 seconds and everything about his victims. But now it's like this happens and suddenly we're quiet again. Yeah, Dallas. Oh, that's how he spelled it? Wow. That's weird. RYU. I guess that's supposed to be RU Ken or whatever. I have no idea. In Dallas, this man allegedly was having this dispute with his neighbor, and they got a call. The paramedics got a call saying that they thought it was a suicide. No, the mainstream media is okay. They thought it was a suicide. So when the paramedics got there, the one paramedic, jumped out, thought he was looking at a potential suicide victim, an attempted suicide, and he got shot by the guy who supposedly killed this, or who shot the victim. The paramedic got shot by the same guy, and the paramedic, as far as I know, he had surgery and he's out of the hospital, or he's still in the hospital, out of surgery, I should say. So, I mean, that's Dallas. So, we have La Jolla on Sunday, then Dallas, and then Austin. I don't know what it was about yesterday. But it just seemed to be, a lot going on yesterday. Good morning, Marie. Good to see you. Serious condition? Okay. Don says he's in serious condition. I mean, can you imagine that, as a paramedic? I don't know if somebody got the call wrong or somebody thought it was a suicide or whatever. Maybe Bill was saying maybe it's just because it was May Day. I mean, it was crazy. All I know is it was crazy. National Communist Day. Yeah, that's what they should call it. Did anyone see Stephen Cooper? Shauna said maybe there are distractions from what's going on in President Trump's world. I did hear crisis actor mentioned yesterday. I think the shooter in Dallas is dead. But what happened, the shooter in Dallas shot this guy, his neighbor. They were having a dispute. And so when the paramedic showed up, Jamie, the paramedic started treating the neighbor, and that's when the shooter shot the paramedic. Yes, there were riots all over the USA. People lately, it just seems like they're given any excuse to riot, and they're out there rioting. I thought we were going to start arresting these people. So I don't understand why we're not doing that. Hugh saying fake lives matter. It's getting to be you don't know what's true, what isn't true anymore. Lorianne said Seattle last night looked like Paris. Carmen was saying in Washington, D.C. Is it D.C. or Washington State? The other day there were riots. Everybody went nuts on May 1. Don said conspiracy theorists are worse than active shooters. Riots in Portland were horrible, Marie said. That's what Servant said at the press briefing. Yeah, I mean, really, you get out there and start arresting these people. Get them off the street. If you've got to call in the National Guard, do it. Yes. That's what Robin said. These Antifa should be treated like terrorists. Arrest them. Enough of the violence. Absolutely. They caught a Paris cop on. Oh, they set a Paris cop on fire. Shared the tweet. That's one way to get Marine Le Pen elected. That was Shauna saying that. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Yeah, Lorianne, I don't know why these people aren't touched. But 25, Cully, when there's more than 25, Cully said 25 got arrested. But there's more than 25 people out there. I mean, there are mobs, round these people up. Oh, Donna said, did you see Antifa wanting their money from Soros? Didn't see that. Marie says she believed they made arrests in Portland. Yes. Cully was saying that they got 25 at least arrested. But there was a heck of a lot more than 25 people. Should be 100%. Absolutely. Hundreds of them being arrested. Soros is Satan. Yeah, I kind of believe that. If not, he's close. Certainly his behaviors are satanistic. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Soros is reneging on his deal. What's he running out of money, Karen? But Don said there are bus loads coming. It's just absolutely unreal that we just keep putting up with these people. I just don't understand why we don't have the National Guard there. Too many Facebook trolls, Karen said. Yeah. They should become anti-Soros. Yeah, but see, they want their money, and we're not going to pay them. Everyone is talking about Abraham Lincoln lately. Don't know why. Any particular reasons? I mean, more than more than usual. Soros is definitely one of Satan's high-ranking demons, Carmen said. Soros is a Nazi, no doubt he did collaborate with them, and there is proof, according to Don, because Trump's Civil War comments. Oh, no more pennies. Oh, that's why Lincoln. Okay, okay. Could have avoided the Civil War. When the time comes, joined us. Good to see you. Did everybody knows now, right? We had been talking about the other day about Sean Hannity saying that if New York made the black disguised people take off their masks, oh, good. So New York is making Antifa people take their masks off their faces or be arrested. That good for them. Finally, New York did something right. All police should absolutely make them do that. Yeah, I mean, again, there are laws that say basically if you're wearing a mask to commit a crime, which that's what they're doing most of the time, then you shouldn't be allowed to wear that, and they should be arrested for doing that. But unfortunately it's not every state that goes with that. But yeah, it's like, yeah, take it off. It's not Halloween. I don't even think that adults on Halloween should be able to wear masks outside of a party, because I mean that's the time for people to do something like that, commit crimes, and as an adult, and they'll just say, well, I'm just going to a Halloween party. Donna, change your name back. Nobody knows who Tawanda is. Criminals wear masks. Yep, show your face. What do you have to hide? If you're sitting in the dark or you're wearing a mask, you're hiding something. So, come on. Feels like we are slipping back into 2016 again. Why is that, James? In Canada, if you walk into a 7-Eleven with a hoodie up, they call the cops. Good for them. I like a good mask at a party. Yeah, at a party. Yes, at a party. Keyword party. if you look at any of these, I know in San Diego, whenever somebody goes in and robs the store or something like that, 9 times out of 10, they have a hoodie pulled up so that you can't see their faces really well because they know that the cameras are on. So I say, hoodies like that, can be kind of bad too. But hoodies is a little different story. At least you're showing your face most of the time. So we were talking about the other day, Sean Hannity saying that if Bill Shine, who was a co-president, if he gets fired, remember Sean Hannity saying if he gets fired or leaves, Fox News is over. Wow. Does anybody remember that discussion with Sean Hannity? Hoodie in the summer's yeah, I know, Cully. He said, how do these kids wear these hoodies? I don't even understand. It's like 90 degrees outside and they got hoodies on. So you probably heard Bill Shine resigned. He is gone from Fox News. So everybody's wondering now, what is Sean Hannity going to do? What's happened to Fox News? Hoodies hide stolen merchandise? I guess so. So he's saying, Sean Hannity is saying so far that he's not negotiating for, a way to get out of Fox News right now, and that he would talk about any further information he had when and if it became important. Fox News is over. I think so, Lori. I really think so. And I think if I were Sean Hannity, I would try to decide where I'm going to go next. I know. I saw that, Karen. Fox is getting unwatchable, especially with Shepard Smith. They did a lot of promotions yesterday. I was waiting to see Shepard Smith on the list of promotions, but I didn't see that. Dawn is saying that Sean is in a corner and he has to fight. Fox Business is all right though so far. Yeah, Fox Business is pretty good. Lamper 2, good to see you. We need a true conservative channel. Yes, we do, Beth. If you know any big donors that want to start a station, let me know. Heard they may start another conservative station. I've heard that too, Cully. They were saying that a whole bunch of people were getting together, but they didn't say, who they were or anything like that. Yeah, I know, Beth. We all wish we did too, because it would be great. Shauna says she likes Stuart Varney at Lou Dobbs. And I like Neil Cavuto too. Trump is failing, I fear. Dump Ryan. Why is Trump failing? Also like Judge Napolitano. Yes, Shauna, I agree with you. The judge is good. Judge Janine is good. The rest can take a hike at Fox. Jamie says he likes Lou Dobbs and the judge. Charles Payne. I don't know who that person is. Yeah, Cully saying Fox Business is good. Cavuto is watchable. Yeah. He's a pretty conservative guy. Did you hear that Judge Kennedy is stepping down? Asher, I heard that he might be retiring. And I say good. He was good for a while, but he's become too far. He's gone too far to the left now. I mean, he was moderate to begin with, which was kind of a risk. Is the wall happening? Obamacare, more. Boy, that's a lot of questions, goats. According to the president, the wall is going to happen. Payne is the black man that does stocks. Oh, I haven't seen him. I don't really watch a lot of Fox. Hey, Marlene, good to see you. Yeah, we need to get another conservative in there, Asher. And like right away. Sanctuary defunding, Obamacare is still here, no wall. No, Obamacare is going to be gone. Sanctuary defunding is going to be soon. He waffles too much, the Kennedy does, yeah. Sean Hannity is fighting it, right, Marie? He has been very vocal on the show. I know that women recanted. Yeah, Marie, he's fighting anything that anybody's saying against him. Sean Hannity is. But, as far as whether he's going to leave Fox or not, he hasn't said. He's saying right now nothing. Trump is awesome, Lisa. It's so funny that people love to come in scopes, and you see them on Facebook and everything else, and they're always concerned about Trump, what he said this and he's not doing that. I swear, when Obama was president, not Karen Paul Ryan said no, that did not come out in this bill. The people are coming out all over the place. They're like, well, Donald Trump this and Donald Trump that. But when Obama was president, I didn't see one person come out and say, well, why is Obama doing this? Why is Obama doing that? In fact, I saw just the opposite. I saw people on the left saying uh, saying that nobody's a sycophant in here, though, goats. Um, saying Obama was a great president. He had this country going in a great direction. I don't know what country these people are from, because I mean it's just so ridiculous to think that anybody can think that Obama was a great president and he did great things for this country. I mean either they live in a cave somewhere, or mainstream media has done such a great job convincing people of a lie that these people just bought into it. I mean, to see that you just want to you can't even argue with that because it's so ridiculous. Community organizer, absolutely. And people are like, "Oh, he was wonderful." I don't know if Ryan is an enemy agent, but he certainly isn't great. 7% growth first quarter, Don, under Trump. Obama was a horrible human being, yeah, and a horrible president. Obama was the worst president ever. I used to think it was Jimmy Carter. No, he surpassed Jimmy Carter. If we don't keep on Trump to fix things, Wall Street globalists will control him. Well, Goats, I keep hearing people saying globalists, globalists, globalists are going to control him, but so far that hasn't happened. And every time that Trump says, okay, I'm going to talk to somebody, or, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea to talk to him, everybody, meaning MSM and the liberal left, like to jump on that and go, oh, my God, there he goes. He's, well, no, I don't think they got him to bomb Syria. I think he got himself. He wanted to bomb Syria, and he should have bombed Syria. If you're killing your people over in Syria by chemical weapons, and I know there's a big discrepancy on who did it, but there are so many other countries that are saying, hey, Queen's Lady, that it was Syria, that I'm going with that. So many intelligence agencies of that. And if people are doing that, yeah, you need to bomb those people and stop them from using chemical weapons against the people of Syria or any place else. That's ridiculous. And we were in Syria anyway. It wasn't like we went into this country and invaded it. We were already there. We did airstrikes every day. This was one more airstrike. I know, Asher. When are we going to do that? Why is ISIS still alive? Ask Obama that. Why he let it grow for 8 years, 7 years. As Chaffetz said that, Donna, that he may not even uh, end his term. He may not stay for his whole term. He wants to leave because he spent a number of hours away from his family, too many hours. He said something like 1,500 hours since 2009. He's going to be working in the private industry, and some people say that he may be coming back to run for governor the next time around. Yeah, I think everybody wants ISIS gone. It's just a matter of time and getting it done, I suppose. I mean, again, we had 7 years and ISIS grew. So, it's going to take a little while. Yes, Mighty Blessed One. President Trump has no allies and government Republicans are against him, said Mighty Blessed One. Jason wants to cash in $40K per month, James said. Shauna says she's not believing his excuse, though. Yeah, I have no idea. I think that basically the private industry money is looking good. I mean, I would think that's probably what he's doing. I mean, since you can't have lobbyists anymore under Trump, they got to get money somehow, right, to keep up the lifestyle that they've had. No, we don't. Lamper, we're not. I mean, if you go bomb them and take the oil, then you're doing what the people on the left say. That's the only reason that we're in countries like that is to steal the oil. The Obama administration got. You're welcome, Donna. The Obama administration got us into Syria, and everybody kind of now wants to blame Trump for Syria. I mean, it's again, Trump wasn't there for 7 years of it. But again, nobody talks about that. Nobody on the left. I have my hands full. I can't. Nobody on the left wants to say that. Nobody on the left wants to say uh, that it was Obama who got us into Syria. Nobody will bring that up. They want to blame him for. They want to blame Trump for everything. Don is saying Gowdy for oversight chair. Maria is saying scares me what MoveOn.org talks about and says that we're responsible for so many take outs, obstructions, and bills being stopped, including the executive orders. I didn't see that about the youth of Iran. I don't know what that was about. But you'll never hear about all the things that Obama did that were bad for this country, which is such a long list. You'd have to it'd be better just to say what he did good because you'd find like one or two things perhaps. Lampert thinks that promises are being ignored by Donald Trump. What does everybody think about that? Move On is a terrorist organization, Don said. Repeal Obamacare. Well, that's coming. It's coming. If you could maybe call your people in Republicans and tell them to get on board. Obama was atrocious, Kim. I thought Obama was against the bombing and John Kerry was the one fighting for it. Gowdy makes it clear to his wife he is staying where he is in D.C. I thought Gowdy was going to go back home to South Carolina, Jamie. That's what he was saying like a few months ago. Heard Obama got 3 big payday speeches. Yeah, one of them was with Wall Street in September. He's supposed to be paid $400,000 for that speech. That's what he made in 1 year as a president. Yeah, Robin thinks that Trump's figuring out angles to get things done. I still support and defend our president, but at the moment something definitely couldn't read all that. Repeal should have been done by now. Targeting Christians, I'm done. Who's targeting Christians? Who are you saying? Gowdy wants to replace Haley in South Carolina. Yep. Bummer, so passive. Yeah, the Organization for Action, those people probably, Antifa, some of them are probably coming out of there, if not all of them. Couldn't get all in one. Okay. A terrorist organization. I pass information on to my congresswoman as far as town halls, protests, and their planned days. He won't run for governor. You're saying Gowdy won't run for governor in South Carolina. He is not taking a pay cut. It kind of would be, huh? I said I still support Trump until he turns. Oh, okay. Thank you, Queen Ladybug Star. I was wondering what that was all about. I'm concerned that we're losing the good Republicans. Probably, Mighty Blessed One. A lot of them, I would think. But then again, are they really the good ones? Bill Ayers is working with Antifa, according to Cully. Would not surprise me. Competition across state lines. Why was that ever illegal? Got to ask somebody else, whoever made it illegal. I don't know. You should say in Congress we need Gowdy. What are you worried about, Queen? Trump will never turn on Christians. No. If Trump turns on Christians, then all the evangelicals and others religious that were in support of Trump were all fooled. But, you raise a good point, Queen. Christians need to stand up. Quit sitting down and being silent. Marie said she saw that Chaffetz is in trouble for a cover-up involving extortion. 17 Freedom Watch has a video on it. Maybe, Marie, you can get the link for us. Keep praying for him. God is still on the throne. That's right, Karen. Carmen says, I think if anybody expected me to have all the promises completed by now, they would still be waiting. Politicians are not easy to work with. Trump's hands are full. We are a voice in this country. We need to be a bigger and stronger voice. Trump asked him to stay in the Congress. Oh, that's good. President Trump is supporting National Day of Prayer on Thursday. That's really good. Cover pre-existing conditions if the pipe dream doesn't work for fire insurance. Well, Lamper, they're saying that they are going to cover pre-existing insurance, and any state that wants to waive that has to prove that they're covering pre-existing insurance or conditions in their insurance. Yeah, that would be awesome. I think people forget also. I think when Donald Trump went into government, he didn't understand how slow things work, and I think he's finding out that things move pretty slowly, and there are a lot of factors in there that can prevent you from doing what you wanted to do. But I think he's figuring that out, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. That's a big issue for me. Pre-existing, super important. Yeah, I think it is for everybody, Robin. I mean, because the least little thing, Obama didn't move slow. No, he just broke the laws. So that's all. For a lot of things, a lot of executive orders weren't legal. A lot of treaties weren't legal. Whatever. And he's used to getting things done so quickly. Yes. So I think that that's why it's important for us to do whatever we can to educate and share info. Absolutely, Queen. He got stuff done, Lamper, because he just ignored the law. Like when he brought on the guy from the Labor Relations Board, had him working there before he was even confirmed, and the Supreme Court later told him that was illegal. So yeah, he got things done. They weren't always legally done. Yeah, Obama thought he was king. Well, Marlene, he acted like king a lot, and I mean, look at Trump right now. He could say with these executive orders on the travel restrictions, he could say, as a president, I have every right to do it, and he could go ahead and do it before the Supreme Court tells him whether he's right or wrong. But he's choosing. Well, doesn't Lamper, if you want people who break the law to be your president, I guess that would be fine. I don't want somebody who's my president to be breaking the law. Yeah, he surveilled the Trumps, right? But like as I was saying, Trump could go ahead and just say, "Okay, court, I don't really care what you say. I know I have the power and I'm going to do it." And yet he's not doing that. Sheriff Clark would be great. Yes. Trump's being smart about it. Yes. And again, if he did that, it may be okay with you, Lamper, but then you would have a whole bunch of people in this United States who are saying, hey, follow the Constitution. Or people on the other side who were saying, well, we're going to impeach him. Whereas that wasn't said about Obama, that would be said about Trump, and it's being said every day by Maxine Waters, practically. Asher's saying this is because Republicans won't find a judge to file charges like the left. Yep. Obama, yeah, they go judge shopping on the left. Obama also took money illegally to fund Obamacare, Shauna said. Just kicked them out under executive orders. Yeah, I know, Don. They could. But again, I think Trump is trying to do, follow the law, trying to follow the Constitution. I would rather, there are some days I wish he would just go in there and say that and say, court, you're wrong, I'm right. I'm just taking my powers over. But again, it's not the best thing to do. Yes, they're blocking him, and they'll do that for the next 4 to 8 years. Hopefully, it'll be 8, but that's what they do. I mean, they're not going to block their own side. They're going to block us, and we have the majority, and we're not using that power. That's our fault. That's on us. Cully said he'd like to see Rudy Giuliani somewhere. I would rather he do it right, leave no excuses to compare him to Obama. Exactly. And if he breaks the law, Marlene, just like Obama did, then you're going to have each president on down the line saying, I don't have to follow the law. Why, oh, why are Republicans so stupid? You know, Marlene, they've been under this false whatever premise for so many years that they have to do everything and get, that the left won't like them. So it's kind of like the left doesn't like you anyway. Go ahead and do what the people who elected you into office put you in there for. That's who they should be worrying about, and they don't. They worry about the left. Rhinos are everywhere. Rhinos are everywhere. Think of the Bobbsey twins, Graham and McCain. Newt for something. I know, Newt Gingrich for something. Trump is playing it smart. Yeah, he has to. I mean, hopefully he'll continue to abide by the law. It's going to bother me if he starts going out and breaking the Constitution. Cully says we need to stand together and not attack our own. Absolutely, Cully. Absolutely. But you know what? The Republicans don't seem to know how to do that. There's a lot of infighting. Songbird McCain, Texas Finn. A lot of vacancies in judgeships. Why? Well, because the left has kind of blocked him everywhere he tries to turn. Look how long it took to get Gorsuch in there. That should have been done 2 days. Rhinos are not my own. We would eat our own, yes. Yeah, and that's the thing. Republicans just kind of, I don't know, they just go in there and attack each other and then expect, like, gosh, why can't we get this done? Why are things this way? Well, because you attack your own people. And the left, they'll work with anybody. They don't care as long as they're getting their agenda fulfilled. So they don't care if they like you or not. They're willing to work with you. Election, re-election spell, Dawn is saying. There's a big chat going on over in YouTube, guys. The Boopsy twins joined at the hip, McCain and Graham. Yeah, I call them the Bobsy twins. Because anytime there is an opportunity to go out and speak out about the president, they will. Okay, Finn, not sure what that all means, but raising gas taxes will ensure he loses Pennsylvania. Well, it may ensure that he loses everybody because California right now raised their gas taxes for 12 cents. And when I heard that, when I heard that Donald Trump may consider raising the gas taxes to fix the roads, my first thoughts were, this is a Democrat policy. This is Jimmy Carter. This is Governor Brown in California. And I think somebody needs to talk to him and say, this is not how conservatives get this job done. I mean, take away the jobs in the EPA. You'll have a lot of money up there. Look at more government waste. You'll have money there. Stop paying Palestine when they are killing innocent people and getting our money. We're still paying them. Oh, I see. Means you'll be upset with each other, but never hit those on the right, only those on the left. I gotcha. Your husband believes that Trump is a rhino at heart. Well, I mean, people were concerned because he used to be a Democrat. Don said they should move to West Hollywood. Susan, wasn't that you that said a do nothing Congress? Yeah. For the most part. Under Obama, they carried his water. I mean, that's basically what they did. Trump does have a tendency to want to please all. Well, I think Trump has a tendency sometimes that when he's thinking something, he says it out loud instead of really thinking about it more, considering it, figuring out what, maybe discussing with other people what the ramifications are. And I think that's why people get upset. Well, Cully, it should be a state issue, but I think the federal government can do, they can do stuff like that too. They can put on their federal tax on top of your state tax. But I don't feel that that's appropriate. I really think he needs to reconsider And again, discuss it with other people before coming out and saying something like that. But he does that. And that's why people can't just, he can't just you jump on that and say, oh my gosh, look what President Trump is saying. No, it's what he's thinking. He hasn't completed the analysis yet. So anyway, yeah, Pelosi was. I couldn't watch Pelosi. I couldn't give her. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to ruin my Tuesday, so I just said no. All right, guys, I have to run. I'm doing another show in an hour. If you're not busy, just come on over to God's Views on Political News. It's a Facebook page. You just like the page, you're there. And at 1 o'clock Eastern, it will show up with my co host, Bill Cloud. And we're going to be talking about different subjects today. And it's also, I'll put that on my SusanKnowles.com. I'll post it afterwards. And so if you don't get the live chat, you'll see it afterwards at least. And thank you, Rob. I love you too. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody. Seculo is starting. Well, we can't hold that up. So anyway, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Email from Operation Rescue. They said Ryan funded plan. That's not what Ryan said, Danielle. So I don't know. Somebody's lying. All right, you guys. See you later. Take care. All right, YouTube. See you guys later. Please remember to subscribe and click on the little bell. Please retweet. Thank you all so much for coming. And thank you for all the thumbs up. Take care, you guys.